Sorry. Totally silent, but when we're looking at people, I probably shouldn't be talking to my phone too much. We walked by here many times. Soon we'll have a view of the stadium. Comes the bridge in the baseball stadium. And it will stop. Great city. Definitely not what I thought of when I thought of a city growing up. I'll tell you that. It's kind of the way I think I thought of like European cities, livable. In the 70s, American cities were basically unlivable. Even New York was unlivable. How did we let that happen? It's true, Steve. It's a very good point. Highly important almost, but not. Look at the baseball stadium. Steve, have you ever ridden the T before? I'm gonna get off here actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here and walk to downtown from here. Or, that's a dilemma. What do you think that I should do? See, I don't want to go into the underground tunnel because we'll totally lose the signal. But maybe that's okay. What do you guys think? It seems like it's awesome. I think we should ride the Muni until the tunnel. We lose the signal, we lose the signal. That's it. It's cool because I can really keep the camera very stable this way. And it's not like bouncy. And we've never done that before. We've always walked. So let's just ride it until it dies. It's still good. It's still a good 2 or 3 miles. Probably another 15 minutes. And we'll wind up going. Along the Embark. We'll go by the baseball stadium. We'll go by parts of the Embarcadero. We'll use a seat. Right now I'm leaning against the door, which is fine. When it opens, I'm gonna fall out if I'm not paying attention. Good morning. We're riding a Muni downtown, and it's going to go from the baseball stadium, and then we're going to go in front of the Embarcadero, and then we're going to go pretty much into a tunnel where it's just going to die. Or it won't. Who knows? Maybe it'll live. That would be great if it lives. And if we do live, we're going to go into a tunnel all the way up the middle of Market Street. And we're going to come out at House Street, which is right where Union Square is. then I'm gonna go do some shopping. I need a new jacket, I need sunglasses, and I may go to the AT&T store, even though I'm dreading it, and try to upgrade to a 6. The big one, 6 whatever it is, whatever they call it. Because this camera sucks, and I'm tired of not being able to focus on things like computer screens. And I just can't deal with it anymore. I have to get a 6. That's the way it has to be. So I'm willing to fight the urge to stay away from the phone store at all costs and go in there and deal with it. Soccer stadium. That is not a soccer stadium, brother. That's the home of the world champion San Francisco Giants. Baseball, baby. Baseball. Oh, I could do that, Steve. That's a good idea. All right, well, I mean, what do you think? I mean, is it a good experience? Yeah, screw it, let's do it. If you don't want to see bouncy head, if you don't see bouncing, I totally understand. Just take off. Good idea, buddy. And then we can walk by Firefox and see what that's all about. We get right up on that guy. Good call, dude. Cheers to Steve. Yeah, I'm going with the 6 Plus. I'm going with stabilization. I'm going with the best Meerkat broadcasting experience I can provide for you, for us. I'm doing that because screw this, man. We should be seeing the best that we can see. You know what I'm saying? So we're taking care of that. I'm trying to be really aggressive about it, so I'll do it. And I think my old phone has like 1 more month on the freaking thing. But I give them a lot. I have my whole business account with them, so I give them a lot of money. So I'm gonna have to walk in there like, all right, where's the special thing for dudes you really don't want to lose? Because I need to get rid of this phone today, and I'm not coming back here. That's gonna be my attitude. We'll see what happens. Usually they're pretty good. I gotta be honest. There we go. AT&T's been really good the last 3 or 4 times I've dealt with them. I have to admit. I mean, the bill's still crazy. I don't understand it in any way. It's like they say it's going to be X, and it's never X. Never. It's always X plus 0.5X. Here's the stadium. I am tempted to go to just start something new. If I happen to walk by a T-Mobile first and they have that unlimited thing going, I'm going to walk in there and see if it just makes sense to set up a brand new account. T-Mobile was doing that for a little while. I mean, T-Mobile? Yeah, T-Mobile. Anyone have any opinions on T-Mobile that's familiar with their coverage in the Bay Area? I don't know if that's still going on. It'd be great if it is. I mean, it would be awesome if I could wind up with a 6 Plus that has unlimited data. That would be unbelievably awesome. I prefer that than even walking into an AT&T store and dealing with them. I don't think it'd be much a difference in the price at the end of the day. Although it could be. I don't know. I mean, if I'm thinking in terms of I want to be able to Meerkat as much as I want to, it makes sense to just do what I need to do to get unlimited. Because I'm right now already. I'm busting towards the edge of my account. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense to just do it on a whole separate thing. I'm using this for like a bunch of business related things. I'm using it for seating leftover. I'm using it for documenting the whole coffee rushing thing. I don't really have any tourist ideas in mind, so I'm not really. This is all frivolous fun. But the other stuff, I mean, I think it's helping me get somewhere with stuff. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Probably deserves its own little. Hi, Sweden. No, I do not have AT&T Unlimited. I have 60 gigs with AT&T, and it's not cheap. But I need that. I need most of that. I need probably half of that for just other business purposes. So that's fine. More than half, probably. So, but I'm borrowing off of that, like, mega account, and it's not enough. It's true. It's just not enough. I need the unlimited. No, I don't have AT&T Unlimited. I have AT&T Gouge you, but whatever. Hi, Sweden. Wonderful. Oh, it's awesome. Well, we're along Embarcadero. Look, check it out. Bay Bridge. That's the San Francisco Oakland Bay Bridge. IDEO's over here. They're a global company. Look, check that out. Hi, Brazil. Hi, Brazil. Dudes, I gotta get the unlimited. It's the move. Gotta do it. I have to do it. If it's still available. If not, I just got one of AT&T. That'll be fine. That's the getting an iPhone 6i at AT&T is the A- move. Getting a limited account with whoever I can get it with. That's the A+ move. Okay. I'm driving by Firefox. I forgot to get off. I think there's one more. Cool. Just got it in time. Okay, so this concludes the Muni riding portion of our show. And we're going on foot. I'm gonna do my best to keep this stable. I'm gonna really focus on that. I'm gonna see how good I can do. Someone catch this, please. Later, Steve. Have to walk. Meanwhile, Steve's the guy who said get off here and walk. Actually, I'm totally happy he said that. This is what I mean. The crowd knows better than me. I was literally like, let's just ride the tunnel and go up to, and then I'll say goodbye to you guys. And Steve's like, why don't you just get off at Embarcadero and walk? I'm like, okay, that sounds good. And then he leaves, but like, look what we get to do. I mean, he's right. We're wrong. I'm wrong. I can admit that. I think I should go to my selfie stick. I think it creates a more balanced, because my fingers aren't shaking on it. Alright guys, I'm gonna go to selfie stick. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you that view that sometimes I post. Hold on a sec, going to selfie stick. So my mission today is to get a new jacket and hopefully get an iPhone 6i. That's my mission. If I can't get a jacket, I can live with that. I think more than if I don't deal with this whole iPhone thing. That's been bugging me for a lot longer than having it. I have a good jacket. It's just I don't have two good jackets. So when one has to be cleaned, I don't have a jacket. And I always wear red jackets. The bow. So Steve, you are here. So cool, man, because I'm walking because you suggested it, which was a great idea. But I think is that less or more stable now? I'm actually walking a lot faster than I was. I'm gonna walk slow. I'm gonna walk slow. Oh, wouldn't it be amazing? Uh-oh. That was a good fall. That was a good fall. You're gonna fall, you just gotta fall good. What am I going to show you now? We're walking along Embarcadero in San Francisco. This is what am I going to show you? I'm just going to show you this. I don't know. I'm not going to show you something. I'm going to let you listen to the bell call out 10 o'clock from the ferry building. I'm going to stop and just let you watch it and hear it. All right, cool. I really need some kind of, I'm gonna get a stabilization system also. I like to walk. I don't want you guys feeling like you're bouncing up and down all the time. So, let's do a test. I'm gonna do each of these for 30 seconds. And you can tell me, then after we're done, say 1 or 2 for which better. The first one, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm changing, but just tell me if one is better than the other. If none are better, just put 0. So I'm gonna do the first one for 30 seconds, and I'm gonna stop, and I'm telling you I'm gonna do the second one. Okay, first one, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Now I'm gonna do the second one. And you guys just tell me which one's better. Or if if they're the same, just put 0. If the first one's better, put 1. And then if this one's better, put 2. And if neither one is better, put 0. Okay, so that's 1 and that's 2. So I'll just wait a little while for the delay for you guys to tell me, and I'll just look and see if one's better. Cool, I got 1. 1, okay. I'll just wait a few more seconds, just let if anyone else wants to vote. By the time we get to the ferry building, I'll implement the winner. Okay, I see we have 2 people that speak English. Cool. That's great. Welcome all. Welcome all. This is great. This is one thing that's awesome. My streams are international. Because there's much of it you see. You know what I mean? Okay, I think 1 looks like the big winner. Okay, we're going back to 1. If somehow 2 makes a huge comeback, we'll go back to 2. But I don't think so. That's cool. That's good to know. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. So I just got to set 1 up properly. 1 is selfie stick. 1 is the selfie stick. The selfie stick, which appears to me to not be better, you guys seem to think looks better. That's awesome. 1 it is. 1 is easier for me. I got to get good at it though, which involves sort of using your arm as a shock absorber, which I'm not quite figured out yet. 2-handed, I think. Yeah, it just all sucks. I know. That's why I like to stop every once in a while and just like give you guys a break. Thank you for hanging in there. I can say this. That is a segue, number 1. And the other thing I can say is that I'm definitely, at least right now, committed to trying to improve my broadcasting ability to provide a better environment for us all. So in that regards, I mean, I can see myself going down the path of working on finding out what's the best stabilization system, because I do like to be out and about, and I do realize that while it may have some benefits, it has some setbacks as well. One of them being, it's always bouncing. Driving is a lot better. riding the bike's a lot better. Walking is the worst. That's been my, and that's interesting. That's how I've been using Catch. I've been using, people catch my videos, I try to watch them at least once and sort of take mental notes of like things about the streaming that I liked, things about the streaming that I didn't, and then I like to try to implement those when I do it again. This is kind of interesting because right now I have the phone at a little bit of an angle and I'm pushing upwards on it, and it seems to have created a level of stabilization that so it's interesting. So let's see. That's true. I think a lot of this can just be position in addition to technology. At least it seems to be moving right and left, but not jiggy-jagging, jiggy-jagging, jiggy-jagging. And that might be about pushing. I did kind of a crazy thing today, but I think I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. So our family is going away on May 15th to May 17th, and I need a cat sitter. And I asked Jeff, and Jeff's not really a cat person, so he's not really interested. And I was like, you know, who do I know that I can trust because I've seen them a lot, or I feel like I've seen them in life a lot, that kind of thing. Who do I know that would really love to have stay at my place? Who do I know now? And I was like, well, almost all the people I know that could do this or get up and go, they're here. And so to them it's like, well, I mean, I can help you out, but I mean, the real hook of getting to go to San Francisco, you know, not really. So I don't want to inconvenience. I want someone who's like, who I know really well, who's like, oh my gosh, you mean I get to stay at a place in San Francisco and all I gotta do is take care of a cat? You got it. It's like, who do I know? And I was like, you know something? I know Mitch. Mitch and I have been friends on Facebook for a while. I've watched tons of Mitch being Mitch. And also I was like, and Mitch broadcasts everything. So it's like, if Mitch is here, I'm gonna be able to see what's going on in my house almost the entire time. I was like, and Mitch Mitch constantly talks about coming to San Francisco. I've already told him he can come to the dojo, so I've already gone through a level of like, you know, all right, I can trust this guy. So I said, hey Mitch. I Facebooked him, Facebook messaged him, hey Mitch, any interest in cat sitting at my house in San Francisco? And he was like, yeah. And then I just sort of like gave him the details, and we'll see. We'll see. And my perspective is Mitch is either the greatest actor in the history of the world or he's an alright dude. And I'm not gonna I don't think he's been trained well enough to be the greatest actor in the history of the world. And that's something, there's something very meerkat about that, isn't there? And there's something else about streaming. When you stream, it seems on some level, and I can't say for the way I do it because the camera's never facing me, I'm just a voice pretty much. But when you do that selfie stream, at least on some level, people feel like they're getting to know you. And I think it's a lot different than just watching someone on YouTube or something like that, where you know you're seeing some produced version of them, you know, 5 minutes of it. With streaming, it's like you're living that person's real life with them. It's like you're hanging out in the same room. I'm not sure what's different about that. Like, what's different between watching somebody in a selfie mode? Like, I feel like probably you and I, this is like we're walking around the city. There's not a whole lot of difference between what would be happening if you and I were standing next to each other walking around the city or doing this. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second. Catch up here. Don't hang it over the bridge. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so one totally killed. If you don't mind, I'd like to see some coffee shop. Yeah, that's totally cool. We're kind of in a, well, we're gonna eventually be, yeah, I'll do my best. We're kind of in downtown, which is like everything's a Starbucks pretty much, but there are a couple, you know, that aren't totally that way. But hey, Kato, man, just hang out with me, bro. I go to my coffee shops in my neighborhood every day, and you know what? I also tend to Periscope those. So if you want to check out Periscope, if you use that, when I just do short stuff, short walks, I don't really meerkat. I just Periscope. I try to reserve myself to. What is going on here? This is what I'm talking about. Musical pedals. Oh, I know this. This is happening tomorrow. These are prototype scientific things. Dude, someone please catch this. Oh, they're setting them up. I don't think they're live yet. Look at this thing. Let me just camp out here. I'm gonna let you see some of this weirdness while I read your notes. Check out Steadicam Smoothie. Okay, good, I'll check that out. Possible, it is possible. Easy. What's up, Adrian? South Dojo Tees on Twitter. Yeah, you can get them through the Teespring campaign. I'm from Brazil, love coffee. Yeah, morning, Verbu Ensko. Thank you, Manuel Larigues. Oh, thank you, Funky Fairy. All right, so let's move on. So we just rode Muni. Muni is San Francisco's transportation system. That's like their the light rail. And we got off and we're walking up Market Street, and I totally know what this is. This is a festival. They're setting up for a festival this weekend on Market Street. It's called the Prototyping Festival, and it's basically things that are part science, part art. Okay, this is what you just hopping upon in San Francisco. This and that around a light post, and this this AstroTurf thing. Oh, be careful, babes. This is on the main street in San Francisco, and this is called Relax, and it totally does look like it would make you relax. Check that out. Anybody want to do some screen captures and tweet them out to me? I'd love it. Love it. Maybe if somebody wants to take it upon themselves to start documenting every one of these things, that would be fantastic. Much appreciated by me. Although we are catching it, so maybe not necessary. But the screenshots look good because it was like, remember when we were here? That's one of the things I love at the screenshots. They're like, hey buddy, this was great. It's like, yeah man, that was awesome. Remember we were there? Remember we saw those people planting a garden on a bench? We were there. We got some vendors vending. Here's some bike rentals. How much is a bike per day?
$8 an hour.
$8 an hour?
2 hours and 32 for the day. Sorry,
32 for the day. Cool, good to know. Thank you. 32 for the day. There's got to be a better way to do that. Dude, we should buy like 4 bikes and just leave them in the city, and it's like whenever whoever's coming to visit can just borrow a bike. That'd be like 1 week's worth of. We're gonna walk up and see trolley cars super duper close. I guess I'm walking to the AT&T store. Oh, that feels horrible to me. It won't be though. Oh no, T-Mobile. I want to get a new account. That feels much better to me. That's really messed up when your customers are saying that about you. That's looking up Market Street. I don't want to do anything. I just want to walk around for a while. We're gonna number one is we're gonna walk around. You know what I'm gonna do? Changing up on it. We can go up a nice long walk to Ross Dress for Less, which is a store where they have like the stuff that didn't sell in other stores, but stuff I like. And I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try to buy a jacket. And probably when we get there, it'll be time to say goodbye because I do not want to do that in that store. But we have a nice, good walk up Market Street before that happens. I'd say probably about 20-minute walk. So I like kind of saying when it's going to end. I don't know. It's good for all of us. You know what I mean? I don't mind the never-ending streaming, and I love doing it myself. But I think there's something about having a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's like when you go out and hang out with a friend. You know, it just doesn't go on and on and on and on and on. It's like you gotta do something. Like, okay, and at 2 o'clock I gotta go. Although sometimes it goes on and on and on, and that's cool as well. But I think this is gonna be one of those where it's like, bro, I gotta roll out in about 20 minutes, but let's walk to the store together. Check out this building. That's some cray-crays. Mr. Funky Harry, ching-chinging it out. Good job, buddy. Easy. Hi, Overton Ho. How are you? Hi, Bram 45. Hey, Ketchup. Kids. Yeah, the kids. There's kids Believe it or not, there is youth in San Francisco. I have 2 of them myself. I want to get some kind of crazy artsy view of these tall buildings, okay? This looks kind of like, this is like the most Manhattan that San Francisco gets right here. Watch. In the business capitals of the world. To your hometown. That's crazy. So from this way, it looks like, watch, I'm gonna do this thing. It's like how we pull this off. It's like, is this like 2 different cities to you? City 1, City 2, first eye, second eye. And this one's cool. It's like what? It's supposed to look like the what's that one called in New York? The steel something. I have a mental block on the name of that building. I've tried to recall that building on multiple occasions and still can't do it. Anyone know? First skyscraper in the world in New York City, at least. Up there is California Street. That takes you higher, 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 higher. Where's that? No, this is Pine Street, sorry. The last one. The last one. Oh, gotcha. There's an AT&T store. Gulp, gulp. Not going there. That's not even the one I really go to anyway, though. Go to one a little bit farther up the street. And the person that used to wait on me did a really nice job. This is the thing, though. They're so nice in the store, and they're nice on the phone. But you just like, but they never charge you what they're supposed to charge you, and you're like, why? And then they're like, do you care that much? And I'm like, no, kind of, but what am I gonna do? It's kind of like they gotcha. And they know it. It is a beautiful day today. It is gorgeous. It's gotta be like low 60s. Low 60s, I'd say. Not a cloud in the sky, and not much sky here either. This guy don't care about blocking the crosswalk in any way. Where exactly are you, Ketchup? Kato Hip? Where exactly are you? Did you say Sweden? Yeah, this is where they all are. Only about, it's relatively small for a city of this sort of like mind share or whatever. It's like probably about a square mile skyscraper. That's about it. And I think, ooh, what's going on here? Something is going on here. This looks like some kind of motorcade of some sort, or filming of something. Let's see. We're about to, it looks like a film. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna find out though. See the police drop block up that street. They're stopping cars. Here comes something that could be important. What can it be? We do not know. I'm so excited. We're waiting for something. We don't know what it is, but the police have stopped everyone from crossing. What can it be? Who knows? We don't know. How are you guys doing? Could be the president, could be filming a commercial. Yeah. Could be something silly. Could be a pothole. It could be a construction thing. We do not know. Ah, but this guy say we can cross. Are you at liberty to say what's going on? Are you at liberty to say what's going on?
Been on the news, Vice President.
Vice President? Well, heck, I want to wait over there then and see him.
Okay.
Vice President Biden is coming down the street at some point in time in the next 5 minutes. Anybody wants to tweet out that President Biden is coming down the street in San Francisco? Vice President Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
How soon does it?
You know, you're asking a guy really low. The guy who just found out 2 minutes ago that he was coming up. So I can't help you. But I can tell you that this guy's already stopped traffic at least once.
Yeah.
So I think any minute now, you know that guy Biden, he talks and talks and talks. So he's probably jibber jabbering. And his people are probably, we gotta go, sir, we gotta go, sir.
He must be arriving or something.
Yes, Biden driving down the street.
Oh, is
Here he
coming
comes,
this way?
Biden. Yeah, I think the motorcade is coming this way. Yes, Biden. Boop, boop. Biden.
Sidewalk!
I'm tweeting out to my friends. Joe Biden. Here he comes, Vice President Biden. Vice President Biden about to come down the street. Here he comes, Joe Biden. Joe Biden motorcade. We're waiting for Vice President Joe Biden's motorcade. We were just walking to the store, Gross Dress for Less in San Francisco, and the cops told us we can't cross the street. And then I asked him what it was, and he said Joe Biden's motorcade. Vice President Joe Biden is here in San Francisco. He'll be driving down the street any second. Here he comes. We start to hear the roar of the engines. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be almost deafening, what you're about to hear. Here comes the police escort. 3 motorcycle police leading the way. 4, 5, 6, 7. You're about to see the man who's 1 heartbeat away from global leadership. This is the second in charge if anything goes down. You can see the type of police force that's required to escort him. A whole motorcade of motorcycle police. A fleet of SUVs. And here it comes, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President's motorcade through San Francisco. Yay! And the after effect of every visit. A fleet immediately ready to react to any situation that goes down. The full power of the United States of America follows this man everywhere he goes. Signaling the end of the closing of the motorcade. Like that, we were able to walk back as if nothing happened. It is truly an amazing thing to see when the president or the vice president comes across your path. Instantly, the streets are shut down. Every public servant becomes an officer. There is no notice ever of which route the vice president or the president is going to take through a city. No one but the top of the top know. And then within minutes of announcement, the streets are shut down and the motorcade goes through. And like that, it's over. This is probably the 4th or 5th time I've seen that, and it's always mind-blowing to me. Whew. Dudes, you want to feel the power of this country? Feel that. Feel that. I hope you felt a little bit of it, but I'm telling you, when you're standing there and you just see the whole city shut down immediately, a clear path on streets that were once crowded and almost nothing can stop it. Not even a homeless man wanders into that path. Police from every direction, MTA officers stopping traffic. Everyone jumps to action. And then you wait, because the motorcade is on the president's, on the vice president or the president's schedule. Nothing else matters. When that man says go, it goes. And if that man doesn't say go, it doesn't go. So you wait and you hold your position. And then you start hearing the roar of those engines. Those limousines are like tanks. They look thick like tanks. Whew. Wow. That was super duper awesome. I can't wait to see that in catch. Oh. One time when I was like around 25 years old, 20 years old, oopsie, when President Clinton was president, he was visiting my hometown of Baltimore, and I like wound up like on this two-way street, and I was the last car to get to go through, and it was kind of an error. And I'm just driving down the street, and it's kind of like you have to go over a little bit of a hill. And I'm coming over the hill, and all of a sudden from the other direction, I see, it's almost like it blacks out the sun. It's so big, and it looks like a car, but she's like, what kind of car is that huge? And it rolls over the hill, and it's the beginning of the presidential limousine detail. And it was just like a tank rolled by me. Look, so here's an example. See, look, guys here, stopping traffic up here. There's this, the whole city hops too. All levels of government hop too. It's just amazing to see. God, it's almost emotional. It's like, wow, that is what power is. It's just like, so rarely do you get it demonstrated right before your eyes in that type of way. When it's like all those people believe in protecting that man so much. That's like the only thing that matters. I mean, that is just an amazing sort of thing that people have developed. I mean, that's an amazing element of culture, that we can rally around a concept so much and the manifestation of that concept so much that kind of thing happens. Whew. Very interesting to me. There's a, you know, I don't want to get into the politics of what that demonstrates, but there's something psychologically and sort of sociologically fascinating by the fact that all of our individual minds can rally to a point like that. It's just very fascinating to me. I mean, then you have to really start asking yourself, what is the organism? Individually us or collectively us? I mean, the obvious answer is both. And it probably goes smaller too, you know? You could talk about a single cell being an organism. Whew. Man, dude, Steve with the killer idea. Everyone needs to, is Steve still here? Well, I tried to get my friends in the best I could. Whoa. Yeah, both for sure is right. That's Montgomery Street. That's like San Francisco's Wall Street. Cool, guys. I feel awesome now. I feel like I feel like we just had an experience together. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I totally do. Definitely, in my mind, you guys and I have a bond. Like, if we see each other again on Meerkat, we're like, hey man, I saw the VP with you. I'm like, wasn't that awesome? And there's something super interesting about that as well. This seems, at least from the broadcaster's perspective, I can't speak for you guys, of course, but from a broadcaster's perspective, it feels like we're sharing experience, which is, I think, very different and not better or worse than sort of like looking at the selfie view. There's something about that. I feel very, unfortunately, personally, I feel too preachy that way. And also, like, I feel too center of attention. It's too much for me. I'm not good at that, I guess. And I don't know if I want to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'm just into doing this exact thing. I'm doing this, I'm like, to me, meerkatting is just sharing cool shit with sharing cool stuff with my friends. The broadcasting part. I also like exploring all the other stuff. Like this whole thing with Mitch, like, I'm not gonna lie, part of me is like, I want to have an epic event. I want Mitch to come here. It's like I get to play Hollywood Mogul. This is also, so Meerkat for me is like, for you guys and me, it's just like, I just want to hang out and share what's going on. And just babble. Like, if I do this in real life, my friends just kind of zone out. So probably you guys are zoning out too, so that's cool. But it helps me. I need this. I need to babble, 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 babble. But that's the broadcasting part. But the whole sort of like ecosystem part is also equally fascinating to me on a whole nother level. I feel like I'm playing like, this is like some virtual Hollywood Mogul game where instead of like dealing with millions of viewers, you're dealing with tens of users. It's still awesome though. So I want to do an epic event. I want Mitch to come to San Francisco. I want Mitch and Jeff to reunite in person. Like, no one cares about this but me. This is like my little goofy fantasy game. But no, that's not true. Other people do care. Like a very core group of us that have sort of like been part of the same sort of like, I want to say it is reality, but we've all been sort of following the same storyline together. And it's been interesting. And it's cool too because it's almost like choose your own fantasy, because it's like no one knows where it's going. It hasn't happened yet, which is such an awesome thing about live streaming. You cannot mimic that anywhere. It hasn't the ending, no one can give you a spoiler because it hasn't happened yet. This is such the future of broadcasting. Who the heck wants to see stuff that's already touched people's hands? I have hands. I can do that too. I want to see the real. I want to see the real around the world. I want to see it. What the tech people need to do is figure out how to write the algorithm so I get to see what I want, when I want, etc., etc. We all have phones now. And you can also see the social norms are changing quickly. I mean, especially like in Mitch's generation, millennials, they could care less about having their entire life documented. It's actually something they want to do. I think, like Mitch said, and I agree with him 100%, he believes in transparency, and I believe in transparency also. I am not sold on the fact that any sort of opaqueness has actually improved the human condition. I'm not certain that that is the case. Probably opaqueness is sort of like throwback to earlier times when it was a super important survival instinct, not against other humans, but probably against other animals that wanted to eat us. But I don't believe that opaqueness is something that has a positive outcome in interhuman relationships. I'm not certain. I don't think so. I'm exploring that, you know? I don't know, Kate. I'm going to a happy hour tonight at 4 o'clock. But it's probably just going to be looking at crazy stuff, which is definitely what I want to do. It's going to be a crazy party. These people that are throwing the party are kind of nuts. It's like this music, art, troupe of EDM and sort of like Burning Man inspired stuff. Check that out, 4 o'clock today. Cool, man. I'm almost at the store. And seriously, I see the Rosses right there. I'm gonna end this broadcast. Guys, thank you so much. I had a wonderful time. I had an amazing experience. I truly, truly hope that it was great for you guys as well. But I gotta tell you, it was awesome for me. Seeing that vice president thing was the coolest of the cool, and thank you, Steve. And we're gonna end with this. This is a sign. This is something in the middle of Market Street. One person sits in one part. Hey, buddy, sit down. Sit down. Watch this. You can hear. No one can hear in between. How you doing? How you doing?
You're weird.
Yeah. Can you wave?
Man. You getting me on camera?
Yeah. Now they know that this works.
Oh, sick.
Cool, bro. What's your name?
Sean.
I'm David.
Oh, nice to meet you.
All right, buddy. Take care. And that's that. That was weird, huh? That's a good place to end. Let me give you a good going by view of something cool.